I want to start today's life with a question that I think um, many people quietly ask themselves. So, what is that question? Why do I still feel unsafe, even when my life is finally okay? Maybe you're sitting at home. A little, yeah. Maybe nothing bad is happening today. Nobody is yelling at you, right? Nobody is threatening you. You don't have an emergency to deal with. And yet, the shoulders and hands, they did. The heart feel restless. The mind keeps scanning for what could go wrong next. Isn't that strange? Have you ever had a moment like that? Or no. On the outside, everything look calm. But inside, the body feels like it's waiting for something bad to happen. So why is that? It's, that's one of the most confusing experiences people have. Because logically, they know they're safe. But emotionally and physically, they don't feel safe. That's very strange, right? Mm, Today, I want to explore why that happens. Because once you understand what's happening inside your nervous system, you may stop blaming yourself for something that actually makes a lot of sense. Imagine someone who finally leaves a dreadful job. For years, they were criticized every day. Every email made them nervous. Every meeting felt like danger. Eventually, they quit. A few months later, they had a healthcare workplace. The co-workers are supportive. The manager is kind. Yet, every time an email notification appears, they still feel their stomach tightened. Why? The danger is gone. But the nervous system hasn't received that message yet. I think many people assume healing means you instantly you instantly feel calm as soon as life improves. Is that right? But that's not usually. But that's usually not how healing works. Your environment can change much faster than your nervous system. I'm curious. Have you ever experienced something similar? I know. Maybe your situation improved. But your body didn't seem to get the memo. Now, one thing um, I really want Bill to understand is this. You never sit down. You're not trying to make your life miserable. It's trying to keep you alive. Imagine, like thousands of years ago, humans survived because our parents learned um, danger quickly, right? Maybe at that time we couldn't communicate yet, but we could use our brain to signal, danger with each other, right? If our ancestors ignored danger, they didn't survive very, very long. You don't want to get that or no? So our brain evolved to remember threat very well. Is that right? Maybe before we could communicate, we could signal to each other or yelling. Um, but maybe now situation getting better. Uh, you know, um, the time improve, so maybe we can communicate with each other by talking to each other to warning each other of danger coming. Right? The same thing, like say for example, you're touching a hot stove, and now uh, maybe your finger burns, right? The next time you see the hot stove, you say, hey, I got burned last time, so I'm not gonna touch the hot stove again. So that's how your brain, recognize danger, right? I mean, another one is if your mom get into a car accident, you know, um, you don't have time to analyze the situation, right? Your brain had to learn to adapt quickly to recognize danger. So that's how your brain react to danger. And when you hear a loud explosion, like maybe a firecracker uh, or something, um, your brain signal danger to you, right? Maybe you startle, you scare, whatever it is, but the next time probably you try to avoid in a loud environment because it reminds you of the danger that you face in past, right? Let's say if you're working in a stressful environment and you're experiencing repeated criticism from your boss, from manager, from whoever it is, and you remember, right? So when someone criticizes someone, maybe you remember the past danger that you face, even if it's not related to you. Right? Now let's say maybe you had a very unfortunate childhood. You grew up in an unpredictable home environment, and you had to learn to survive, right? You had to adapt to survival mode all the time. So that's how your brain remembers the danger. So even when you grown up, if that period already passed, and now you're safe, you're not in unpredictable home. Your brain should remember that danger from the past. Now, when those things happen to you, your nervous system is asking, is it fair? It's just asking, have I seen something like this before? Am I right or no? So now, let me tell you a story. Now, if you remember my example recently about loud explosion like firework or something. Say if you go somewhere you hear a loud noise at night, and you can become instantly alert before you consciously identify the sound. What kind of sound is that? It could be, I don't know, somebody cooking or something else, but that's how you remember. Because you associate your brain or instantly recognize the loud noise to danger before it could identify the source of loud noise. So that's how your brain recognize, instantly alert and recognize the danger before you even recognize what kind of noise is that. I mean, your brain, react to the sound before your body could do anything. I mean, maybe your body react to the sound first before your mind could identify the sound or the kind of noise. So people often say, just stop worrying. I mean, if that was simple, I guess nobody would struggle with anxiety, right? I mean, that's how it works. Your body reacts before your logical mind has time to catch up to what is happening. Did it make sense to anyone here? Let me know in the chat. Now, here are some questions I want to ask you. Have you ever caught yourself reacting first and only afterward realizing nothing actually happened. Now, let me ask you another question. Have you ever known something logically, but you felt something completely different emotionally? Yeah, one thing, maybe you knew that flying on an airplane was statistically very safe, right? But your body still felt nervous. Here's another one. Maybe you knew your partner wasn't angry with you, and yet did you feel anxious after a short text message? Here's another one. Perhaps your boss simply asked you, maybe your boss should ask to speak with you tomorrow. Then your mind, on alert already. Then your mind says, it could be completely normal. But your stomach says something is wrong. So why did this happen? Anyone know? That's very strange, right? I think it is one of the biggest frustration people experience during recovery. They understand what's happening. They read books, they watch video, They even explain trauma to other people. Yet, when something happens, the body reacts anyway. That doesn't sound logical, right? Then they become frustrated with themselves. They think, why am I too like this? I should know better. I have done so much work already. But now let's another system learning and not exactly the same thing. Now, if something maybe you can think about, um, think about learning to swim. Someone can explain every swimming technique perfectly. They can describe how to float, or they can explain how to breathe. You know, when you swim, you got to know how to breathe properly, right? They can tell you, I mean, they can tell you exactly what to do. But the first time they actually in deep water, the body might panic. Why? Because the body hasn't had enough safe experiences yet. So now we think, recovery works much the same way. Understanding is valuable, but the nervous system uh, learns more deeply to repeated experience. Experiencing. Did that make sense to everyone here? Now imagine um, someone who worked for years in an environment where mistakes uh, were punished harshly. Every email from the boss created fear. Hmm. Every meeting felt like an evaluation. They eventually moved to a healthier company. The manager, a patient, and co-workers are very supportive. That's like a perfect environment, right? Nobody is yelling, and yet every time an email notification appears, what happened? They show the thanks they did, and they immediately wonder, did I do something wrong? The current workplace isn't causing the reaction. The old experiences are influencing how the nervous system interprets the present. Sometimes people think healing means never facing ancient again, but I don't think that's a realistic goal. And Anyone agree with me or no? I um, I think that anxiety itself is a normal human reaction. I mean, human emotion. Now, the goal is not to eliminate it completely. The goal is to help your nervous system recognize the difference between genuine danger and everyday life. Not everything is a danger, right? So you have to recognize which one is a danger, which one is not a danger. I'm curious. Have you ever found yourself reacting to something ordinary? Anyone here? And only later realizing that reminded me of an older experience. You don't want to share details if you don't want to. Even simple yes in the chat lets me know I'm not the only one who has seen this pattern. Anyone here? Give me 1 minute and be right back. Good. So, if understanding is always enough, then what exactly does help a nervous system begin to feel safe again. That's why I think we need to look at something many people overlook. The small signal of safety that our bodies notice every single day. When more people think about safety, they think about big thing. Without some of the big thing that people think about. They think about having enough money to live. That's important, right? Having a secure home. A healthy relationship. A stable job. And all of those matters. But the nervous system also pays attention to something much smaller. What I do, that tiny moment-to-moment signals. Imagine you're meeting two different people. And they both say, it's nice to meet you. One says it, wife looking rust, avoiding eye contact and speaking sharply. The other smiles gently, makes eye contact, and speaks calmly. So now, here's the thing. The words are exactly the same, but your nervous system interpret those two intersections very differently. Differently. Is that right? Anyone had any questions so far? Up until now, we've been talking about ideas, but sometimes ideas become much easier to understand when we imagine a real person. So I'd like you to imagine someone named Sarah. Sarah isn't one specific person. She's a combination of stories that many people have shared over the years. Now, here's something about Sarah. Sarah grew up in a home where she never quite knew what kind of day it was going to be. Brancoy, welcome in. How you doing, Brancoy? Some morning were peaceful. On the morning, someone in the house was already angry before breakfast. No, I'm good. It's too early for me to go to sleep now. No, what I said, I forgot. Some morning were peaceful. Other mornings, someone in the house was already angry before breakfast. Sometimes people just ignore each other for no reason. All the time, there was yelling. Oh, are you? That's good to hear. What makes you happy, Brancoy? Sometimes everyone acted like nothing had happened. So tell me what you're happy, Branko? Oh, playing with your brother? Nice. Oh, he's not bullying you as a child. Sarah couldn't change any of that. Oh, 11? Okay. So what you playing with your brother today? So without realizing it, the nervous system started doing something um, very intelligent. So what were you playing today with your brothers? It learns to constantly watch for clues. Clues, clues. So that's why you're happy today, Branko? Or play with toys? Okay. Is mom voice different today? Is that walking heavier than usual? It's too early for me. Why, you think I look tired? And Dad, did I lose something, bro? Yeah, I need more energy. If you can bring more people in the chat and have more energy, Branko, and more people in the views. Dad, should I stay in my room today? It's okay, Branko. I have you talking with me, then it's good enough, right? After enough years, yeah. Sure didn't have to constantly think about scanning anymore. It became automatic. Another system became extremely good at predicting possible danger. and strength at this sound. Oh yeah, call your friend. I need more people in the chat to talk to me and be able to the line a little bit longer. Okay, that ability probably help her get through childhood. Hello, yeah, my wicked good Tina. Glad to see you. How your day? In other words, what we often call anxiety today may once have been very useful survival skill. Oh yeah, it's pretty hot here too. I was thinking about mowing my lawn today, but I had to go for a walk this morning to get some physical exercise. To get my body healthy again. So I didn't have time to mow my lawn. And in the afternoon, I tried to do it, but it was too hot, so I couldn't do it. I didn't want to get heat stroke, so I couldn't mow my lawn in the afternoon. Yeah, have you had dinner yet, Tina? Oh yeah. Oh really? Why is she crowded? Now, 20 years later, now that now I was just asking, did you have dinner today, Sarah? No, you're good, Branko. Don't worry. So now, 20 years later, Sarah had her own apartment. She had a supportive friend. Yet what, Brankos? Her coworker respects her. Uh, Nobody in her life is yelling anymore. No, I don't have kids, Brankos. Objectively, she much safer than she was growing up. But every time someone says, "Can we talk later?" Yeah, you can be my friend. Yeah, I need someone to talk to when I go live. She immediately assumes something is wrong. That's strange, right? Are you still here, Tina? Either, okay. Oh, we didn't leave back. How many kitty do you have, Tina? Is the conversation dangerous? It seems like you're over busy, Tina. Oh, three? Wow. Not necessarily. Oh, you got two, Francois? Nice. Is Sarah imagining things? Maybe no, right? Another system is using old experiences to predict what might happen next. They take a lot of work to take care of kitten or no. I had two brothers and I the only girl. Okay. Oh. How old are your brothers, Francois? Remember earlier when we talked about the smoke detector? Oh, really? So what happened to your older brother, Francois? You know, the smoke detector isn't trying to ruin your dinner. It's trying to protect your house. So you still have two brothers, right, Francois? Oh, he's in another country. So why aren't you living with your older brother? No, Sarah never system um, isn't trying to make her anxious. It trying to keep her safe using information it learned years ago. And I think this is one of the most compassionate ways we can look at ourselves. Instead of asking, oh, you call him every time? Oh, okay. So where yet, Branko? I don't remember. And when did your other brother leave? So instead of asking, what's wrong with me? Why do I do live? Because I want to help people to recognize about mental health, and probably a lot of people do have mental health symptoms and they need help. That's why I do live to help people to recognize the side of mental health, and to help them with the mental health recovery. Probably a lot of people need help, but they just don't know my channel yet. We can begin asking. So what do we add? What did my nervous system learn? Oh, thank you, Franco. Yeah, I probably need money for ring because I've been on too long and I talk a lot. That's a very different question. One question assumes you're broken. The other assume you're adapted to survive. So those two are different. I'm curious. Have you ever looked back on one of your reactions and thought, uh, so that's like virtual currency, Francois? That actually makes more sense now. You like to play Avatar, Francois? Maybe you two don't like the reaction. But at least now you understand where it came from, right? So if the nervous system learns deep heading, that naturally leads to another question. Can it learn something different? I believe it can. Oh, okay. Is that game very fun, Branko? And that I would like to spend the rest of our conversation talking about. Um, okay, we can learn more about the question. It is probably the question I get asked the most. People often ask, "No, you're good, Branko. Don't worry. Will always be like this." Yeah, you're okay. Thank you, Branko. That it is just my personality now. And they want to know, am I going to be always? Am I going to feel? Am I always going to feel anxious? And I think those are understandable questions, right? Don't you guys agree with me? No, I don't have any family member in the life, but I think um, there's another question that's even more helpful. Instead of asking, how do I stop feeling anxious? What do we ask? How does my nervous system learn that today is different from yesterday, right? So now think about learning to trust someone. just just usually doesn't appear overnight. It's built through many small experiences. Oh, okay, cool. July 20th. So you're gonna have your birthday money? Someone keeps their promises. They listen when you speak. Yeah, I don't know, Franco. I had to figure out, they respect your boundaries. They say the 20th, right? Yeah, I'll figure out. They show up consistently. Well, in fact, you can send me to PayPal, Franco. Over time, your nervous system begins to relax around them. Oh yeah, we all do, right? Oh yeah, oh yeah, you will. Like winning like just like winning the lottery, right, Tina? Oh, okay. I hope she does, Tina. Not that just wasn't created by one conversation. Okay. Yeah, I'll go live tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by, Franco. Appreciate you. It was created by repeated experiences. Now, recovery works the same way. The nervous system slowly gathers evidence and it begins to notice. What does it notice? Maybe I don't have to be on guard any minute. Maybe this place really is safe. Maybe this relationship is different. Thank you. Maybe I don't have to be prepared for the worst all the time. All right. Thank you, Branko. Thank you for the subscription. Now imagine someone who checked every dollar 5 times before go to bed. The logical mind already knows the door is locked. But the nervous system doesn't feel settled yet. All right. Good night, Branko. That doesn't mean they're weak. Yeah, I'll go live tomorrow. Probably where you at, Branko? I'm gonna go live around probably 7 p.m. In Central Time. I don't know where you at. Over time, we support and repeat it, shape experiences. Many people notice that the urge becomes less intense. And it's not because they're forced to that way, but because the nervous system gradually learned a new pattern. And now I think one misconception. Okay, thank you, Branko. One misconception about healing is that it should happen quickly. We live in a world where people want fast results. Good night, Branko. Thank you very much. But the nervous system often changes at a slower pace, right? And that's not failure. It's how our learning works, right? Just like it took time for old patterns to develop. Bye. Good night, Branko. Hope to see you tomorrow. New pattern usually take time as well. If you've been making small steps lately, even if it don't feel dramatic, they still matter. Sometimes healing looks less like a breakthrough and more like a quietly noticing. They handle that situation a little differently than I would have 6 months ago. And now, I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Here's a question. Have you ever noticed a small sign of progress that people might not even recognize? Sometimes the quiet victories um, are the ones that mean the most. Is that right? And before we finish today, I'd like to leave you with one final thought. So if there's one thing you remember from today's conversation, I hope it's this. Feeling unsafe is not always proof that you're unsafe, right? Sometimes it's proof that your nervous system learned to protect you extremely well. So now, think about everything we talk about today. Let's see. Um, if we started by asking why someone can have peaceful life, and if you answered, and we explored how the nervous system learns from repeated experiences. We talked about why logic alone doesn't always calm the body. We looked at the we looked at the small signals of safety that people often overlook, and then we imagined Sarah's stories and saw how childhood experiences can shape those reactions. And finally, we talked about something I believe is incredibly important. The nervous system can continue learning throughout our lives. None of those ideas are about blaming ourselves. They're about understanding ourselves. So now, I'd like to offer you a different question to think about this week. Um, Instead of asking, why am I like this? What if you ask, what might my nervous system be trying to protect me from? And that question doesn't accuse every reaction, but it often replaces shame with curiosity. And I think curiosity is one of the first steps towards healing. So now imagine you're talking to a child that has to stay alert all the time. Would you criticize that child for being cautious? Or no? Or would you understand why they learn that way? Many of us are much kinder to children than we are to ourselves. Sometimes healing begins when we extend that same understanding inward. And I also want to be careful not to give false hope. Healing isn't usually a straight line. Remember that? There will probably be days when old reactions return. There may be moments when you wonder whether you're making progress at all. And that doesn't mean you're back where you started. Now, growth often happens quietly, and sometimes you only notice it when you look back and realize a year ago that situation would have overwhelmed me. Today, it was too difficult, but I recovered more quickly. Progress isn't about never struggling again. Sometimes it's about finding your way back to a sense of safety a little sooner than before. And before we end, I would like to leave you with something simple to think about later today, maybe tonight, and before you go to bed. Ask yourself, was there even one moment today when I felt a little more at ease? That doesn't have to be something dramatic. Maybe it was drinking your morning coffee. Maybe it was sitting outside for 5 minutes. Maybe it was laughing with someone you cared about. Maybe it was simply taking one deep breath after a busy day. Those moments matter. You never sit them, notice them. Even if your mind quickly moves on. So now, I'd like to leave you with one last question. After everything we talked about today, what's one idea that stuck out to you the most? It could be something that surprised you, something that made you think, maybe something that helped you understanding yourself differently. I mean, if you'd like to share it in the chat, I'd genuinely enjoy reading your thoughts in the chat. If today's conversation was helpful, I hope you join me again. Um, here on this channel. We have conversation like this about trauma, anxiety, burnout, emotional healing, and understanding how the nervous system works. Now, my goal isn't just to share information, it's to create a place where people can better understand what they're experiencing and realize they don't have to figure it out alone. Now, I want to thank you, everyone, for spending this time with me today. I truly appreciate every one of you who watched live, joined later, or simply listened quietly in the background. Thank you. You have a good night too. Thank you so much, Tina, for joining my live tonight. Take good care of yourself this week. And until next time, be patient with yourself. Your nervous system learns to protect you over many years. It can also learn that today is different. Okay. I'll see you in the next live. So that's all I have for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining my live today and listening to me. And on the people that are listening in the background too, I hope you learned something today. You understand more about your nervous system today. And the live I did, hopefully they can help you a lot to deal with your anxiety, trauma, burnout, whatever it is, And I hope you guys can learn a lot from this live today. It's a little bit long, I think, but I think it's worth the time spending and learning a lot of things. I'm gonna be staying on maybe 1 minute and I'm gonna be done. So I hope everyone can learn a lot from this live today, and with a lot of things to recover. But that was useful information too, I think. And I hope everyone really enjoys my live today. And hope you can find it helpful to you. And that's all I have. And I'll go live again tomorrow. Hope to see everyone again tomorrow. Hope to see you again too tomorrow, Tina. Good night, everyone. I hope so, Tina. I'm not too sure. It depends on the weather, and depends if I feel well enough to do your work tomorrow. But it's been getting very hot, so I don't really know. I don't want to get for your old place. Yeah, it probably take me a couple of hours, but I'm not really sure. But I hope able to be get my yard done tomorrow, so I don't need to worry about it. Oh yeah, yeah, good workout. Yeah, so I'll go live again tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time. Hope to see everyone again tomorrow in my life. Have a good night, everyone.